Welcome to everyone to my channel and congratulations, we successfully completed the HTML series and now we are moving toward to CSS, and this is the first CSS of this playlist, and this video is about CSS introduction. In this video we learn first CSS history, then we look forward CSS introduction, after that CSS syntax, and we practical it also. So let's start the CSS and the CSS history. Before starting the CSS history, we want to know the full form of CSS. So the full form of CSS is Cascading Style Sheet, and the CSS is first proposed by Hawking William on 10th October 1994, and the first CSS release means initial release is December 17, 1996, and this was released by World Wide Web Consortium means W3C, and the W3C team is also creation of HTML and also CSS. Now the current version of CSS is CSS4. Actually it's not CSS4, it's CSS3, but some developer tell that CSS4 because of some extra things and some extra feature is added to CSS, so that's why all developers say CSS4, but this is not CSS4, this is CSS3. So let's start the CSS introduction. So we previously see that the CSS full form is Cascading Style Sheet. Then after, so CSS is used for styling only in the HTML, how elements are displayed on the web browser, and you thoroughly say that it is a look and feel of our user interface. So this is a definition of CSS. After that, you can also store a CSS in external file. The file extension should be CSS. So let's look about the CSS syntax. So let's start the CSS syntax. This is a example of CSS syntax. You can see here the first we write h1. What is the h1? H1 is a selector, and after that we start a curly braces. In HTML you can show that when we write a tag we start with the angle bracket. In CSS we start with curly braces. After that we write color. This color is a property, and after that we take a colon, and the argon is a value, means property color value is argon. After that we end the line with semicolon. After that we take another property like font size, and the value is 15 pixel means px. Then we end the line with semicolon. After that we close the curly braces. So this is a syntax of CSS, and if you write more code or more CSS you have to write like this. It is not mandatory to write this type. In here you can see there's a selector word. What is the word of selector? So what is selector? So let's talk about the selector. So we take the previous example. So this is after the selector is mainly 5 types. So the first type is simple selector. The simple selector is about ID and class. We style with ID and class. So the second is combinator selector. It is select more than one tag that we want to style. Pseudo class selector. The pseudo class selector is execute in a special state that we want to style that. Next is pseudo element selector. The pseudo element selector is select only one part of the element and style that part. That attribute selector. Attribute selector is a select a attribute or a attribute value that we want to style that. So this is 5 type of selector. So let's jump to the practical. Now you can see that I am in Notepad++. In here you can see that I write a HTML boilerplate, and the title is the CSS introduction, and h1 heading, and the heading text is heading 1. I save this file in introduction.html. I open this file in browser. You can see here. Before starting the CSS, I want to tell that we write CSS in 3 ways. First is the inline element, and another way is style tag. like a body tag, head tag and h1 tag. You can write style tag, you can wrote the css. And another is one external file. You can store this or write this css in external file, and the file extension should be css. So let's talk about this. See the first inline tiling, which is attribute. So first we write style like this, and then equal to, then two quotation mark, and in here we mention the value. So I want to change this color to something else. For color we write color. After that I take a colon, and this color is a property. After that we take the value. Value should be red, green, blue, whatever you want. In this case I write coral. This is that I take a semicolon. This is the way of writing inline style. So save this. After saving, go to the browser like this and refresh the browser, and you can see that the color has been changed. If you want to change this color again, just you have to write the color name like green and save this. That go to the browser and refresh this. So you might be thinking that how to know this property and the value. So this property is predefined, and this value is also predefined. Some value are predefined, some value are not predefined, but property is predefined. So when we enroll this course, we know about the property and the value. So this is the first video of CSS introduction. Don't much worry about this. What is this color? What is this green? We talk about later. Just I am showing you how to write inline style coding. After that, color the background. For background, a property is background color. So I space this, then write background color. In here you can see that background color. I take this, means enter here. After that I take a colon, and in here you can take whatever you want to color. So I want to color this. Azure is a color. So let's end this with semicolon and save this file and go to the browser and refresh this. And you can see here in background the color has been changed, but color sharpness is very low, and that's why it is not showing properly. So I just change this color to something else like red. Save this, go to the browser, then refresh, and you can see there properly showing. So in this way you can write the inline CSS. So this is an example of inline styling. We have to clean this style attribute like this, and before the body tag, means after ending the head tag, we write the style tag. This is not mandatory to write here, but this is so much recommended that you write the style tag in between the head tag and body tag. So let's type style tag, and this style tag is a pair tag, so you have to end this like this. After that we start coding. In here you cannot directly write the CSS here. In style tag, first you have to mention which part you have to style. So first you write the selector. So in here the selector is h1, means I want to style this h1 heading. So after that I write curly braces and also end this first. In here we start coding. So I just paste this and we break this line in new line, and you can see here this is showing that where is the h1 heading, the color should be green, means text color should be green, and the background color should be red. So let's save this and go to the browser and refresh this, and you can see that there is no much changes because we do not change in the color. So what to do here, I just change this color to something else like coral and the background color blue. Now I save this. After saving this, go to the browser and refresh this, and you can see here this is reflecting. Color is, means text color is coral and the background color is blue. You can see here. So if I take another h1 heading like this, so I just write heading 2 and save this. After saving this, go to the browser and refresh this and just zoom out the browser, and you can see here the same property is applied to the heading 2. Because of this h1 selector, we tell this css that where is the h1 heading, the style should be that. If I change this to h2, there is no h2 heading, you can see that, and save this file. After saving this file, go to the browser and refresh this. You can see here the css is no more styling the heading 1 and heading 2. If you write this to h2 heading like this, you can see that I write this h2 heading and save this file. After saving this file, go to the browser and refresh this. You can see here that h1 heading is no more styled, but h2 heading is styled because we take a selector of h2. That's why it's styling the h2 tag. Now I think this is clear. So to write the external css, you have to click it here, but you have to save it. This file is not saved yet, so you have to go to file, then after save as. After that you have to select css, so find it here. You can see that I find it, that css cascading style sheet file means css. Select this, save this file. Okay, you can see here that the file has been saved and has been loaded here. So I paste this code which I have copied from style tag. So I paste it here like this and save this. Go to the browser and refresh here. You can see here the styling is not working because we write the external css file but not included. So you have to include it first. So to include it, you have to write a tag, and this tag should be after the title tag or in between the head tag. So this is so much recommended. You can't write anywhere, you have to write here only. So the tag is link. The link tag is used for various purposes. So another attribute is used which is rel. Rels means referent. In rel attribute, you have to mention which type of this file. So this file is style sheet. So this is a style sheet file, means cascading style sheet file. After that, one more attribute is used which is href. Href is nothing but linking a file. I already told about the href in HTML link video. So if you want to know about this more, leave a link in description, also in the top corner, so you can watch this. So let's start this. You have to write href. After that you have to write the file name with path. So style.css file is saved in same folder, so I directly write here stylesheet.css. so you have to write .css. It is compulsory. If you don't write this, this will not work. So you have to remember this. You have to write .css after the name of this file. So after that I close this because this link tag is a notepad. After closing this, I save this file. After saving this file, go to the browser and just refresh it here, and you can see here h2 heading is now styled. So I go to the style sheet file and you can see here h2 selector is selected. If I want to style the h1 heading, just I write h1 and save this. After saving this file, go to the browser and get it refresh. You can see here the h1 heading is now reflected. So I hope you can understand. Thank you for watching. In next video we talk about the selector like id and class, and look some property of the css.